So I'm sitting here editing this vlog and I keep finding myself as if I need to pop in here and narrate some of the things that actually happen. And that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to be popping in here from time to time, and letting you guys know some other things of what happened, because I just like, okay, I'm telling what happened, but you know, it's been like forever and ever and ever ago, and I just couldn't believe that that's what I had wound up in. Some bull. So I'm gonna be popping in and out of here. So, you know, I just got to. So yeah, I'll be popping in. So see you from time to time throughout this vlog. Hey guys, it's me, Diana. Welcome to my channel, Sophisticated Divas. And I know I told you guys that I was going to give you a story time, and the title is just like what it says. It's very, very serious. And yeah, it just, when I was just in disbelief. So anyway, I'm going to tell you guys. Years and years ago, I was dating a guy. And I thought we was, pretty serious, and we were, go out, have fun and stuff like that. But I've always been a responsible type, and I always like doing for myself, and I didn't like when somebody give you something, then they get mad at you and they want to take it back. He was that type of guy, you know what I'm saying? And then, a lot of things didn't add up and all that stuff right there. And then sometimes when people think that they got you, it's like, I can go do this and then she's still gonna want me back or whatever. I pretty much, I would question some stuff. I wouldn't like some things that, that he would say that he was doing or where he was and all that stuff right there. I would question a lot. And I found myself questioning, a lot of times. And then I was like, okay, this is really not me. I am really a strong person. So anyway, I met his parents, his brothers, and all that. And so it was actually just two of them, him and his brother. And I think he might have had a half brother. So anyway, he used to do some things. He, work with computers, very smart, fly out, do a lot of work and stuff like that, computer programming and all that. And then just some things sometimes did not add up. And I would go to his house and stay and visit. And then one time he left to go to work when I spent the night at his house. He left to go to work. And typical girl, sometimes you're gonna just tiptoe and see what's what. And that's one thing, guys. When you go looking for stuff, sometimes you will find it. You will find it. So I just decided to, look in the closet, and it was this white box that was in there. And the box, it was all taped up, and I always wondered what was in that box. I did not open it up or anything. I was just like, why is this box taped up so deep like that? I mean, like tape. I mean, all type of ways, like, like where nobody really couldn't get in it. You could tell if somebody would have went in, because you would have to cut through layers and layers and layers and tons of tape. So, I just took a mental note of it and stuff like that. And sometimes he would disappear, say that he was on trips for work and all this stuff. And then things didn't add up, wasn't back on time and all this stuff. And then I started, having different females calling me and all that stuff. And I'm just like, I can't deal with this right there. And I told him, going through all this argument, I'm too strong of a woman. And then once you give me something, like if he give you a gift and he get mad, then he want to take it back. And so, and I remember he had gotten me this DVD stand. It was a nice DVD stand, and I really liked it, collecting DVDs and stuff. And so once he got mad at me, and then he wanted to take the big stand back. So the same time he went and took the stand, I just got my keys and went and bought one and came right back with it, at my place. So anyway, I can start to sense the jealousy and all this stuff right there. Because sometimes, like when you're a strong woman, you work hard and you could do stuff for yourself, you could have jealousy within your own circle, within your own relationship. And he had a lot of jealousy. He met my family, and they just, they knew something just was not right with him. They know I did like him and all that stuff. And so we dated for about 2 years or something like that. But then the relationship, guys, became abusive. It was verbally, mentally, and then one time it turned physical, or turned very physical. And I couldn't believe that I was actually in that situation. Now, please don't believe I ain't gonna go out without a fight. That's not ever gonna happen, that I'm not gonna go out without a fight. So you're not gonna put your hands on me and get away with it, you know. So yeah, I just told him I didn't want to be in the relationship and all that stuff no more, and he actually went into like a deep depression. And once I went to his place to go and see him, and I knocked on the door and nobody was there, but I saw his car outside, and I was like, okay, there's a car. And man, I didn't know that he was actually watching me go to his place, you know. I mean, he knew I was coming over there. He's out there, you know, sitting in the car watching me in the dark, you know, and he's at his apartment. So when I turned around, I thought I saw something move in the car. So I actually went walking to his car, and then all of a sudden the car just crunk up and backed up and then just like zoomed off. It was him. And I was like, why the hell is he doing that? And I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing? That jackass was in the car butt ass naked because he was high and hot. So when I was coming to the car, he then crunk up and took off because he didn't want me to see his ass in the car, butt ass naked, high. What a jackass. I mean, I can come back and say some of this stuff though now. During the time that I was feeling all that stuff and going through it, it was crazy. But you know, it kind of makes you mad though now that you could, you know, you go back and look at all of this stuff and what actually happened. And yeah, that's why he took off. That jackass was in the car, butt ass naked, hot and high, with beer and shit all up in your car. You know, I have heard of people when they get high, they take off running and shit. They be naked and stripping and all this shit. I was like, so damn. Then it's like, I don't know, he had lost his job and stuff at that time though too. There's just so much shit that I found out about this guy. So much shit that I found out about him. So much stuff that didn't add up. He was lying about so much stuff. He was talking to all these different women, people in the church choir, all kind of shit. This dude was disappearing, all this stuff. And I couldn't believe that I went on with that lie for so damn long. You know, so I'm so glad that I'm not in that situation. I don't know where he is and all this stuff, and practically don't give a damn though now. But I'm just so glad that I'm out of it. You know what I'm saying? I'm out of it. But that jackass was hot, butt naked in the damn car. And then so I jumped in my car and I went in the complex, like following him, trying to see where he went. But the complex was so big, and then it was like I couldn't find him. He just disappeared. So when I left out of the apartment complex, as I turned to get on the main road, I can actually see brake lights, and I saw where he was. So I went to go back that way, and you know, he was sitting in the car, and when I pulled up the park right beside him, he just zoomed off. And I was like, something is really strange, you know, some things is, you know, happening and all this stuff. So I would question him about, you know, little things and all that. And, you know, he was all into the church. All this stuff. Yeah, he was singing in the choir, all right. Traveling all around, singing up everybody damn ass. You know what I'm saying? But I was really finding out about this person. Then it was almost at the point where I was trying to be singing in the church choir, all this stuff. And all of a sudden, I saw him drinking a beer. I'm like, what the hell? Why you got a beer? You know? Because this ain't you, and you're acting out of character and all this stuff right here. And I can't be going through this right here. I couldn't even believe that I had myself in that situation, because it was not me. But, you know, and it was pretty much me allowing it. You know, me allowing it. And so I decided that I was really, really going to end it, because it was just some things weren't adding up. I went to go and press... I was at his apartment. I went to go and play a DVD. I went to go and press the power button. It wouldn't come on. So I'm like, why the power ain't coming on this crap? So then when I went to go and turn around and see if it was plugged up, it had no cord. The cord was cut. I'm like, the cord cut off this thing. You know what I'm saying? Me not knowing. And then the vacuum cleaner, the cord was missing off of the vacuum cleaner. I'm like, what the hell is going on, you know, with this? The cords cut off of shit and stuff just wasn't right. And me, I'm just like, I'm in a whirlwind. I'm questioning stuff. I talked to his mom. I just said, you know, some things ain't right in how he's acting. And you know, sometimes when people know stuff, they don't tell you what you need to know. You know what I'm saying? If it's life threatening or you could be in danger, somebody needs to let you know something. And that let me know where I stood with his mom and his brother. And so they wouldn't let me know anything. And then so his brother told me once, he was like, so he ain't never told you about his past? And I'm like, no. He's like, yeah, he got a deep past. And I kept thinking about that box. I was like, it's something in that box. I don't know what the hell's in that damn box. So when I decided that I was gonna just completely end the relationship, I was fed up, I was done, and I hadn't been back over there for a while. I was not accepting his phone calls, changed my telephone number and all that. And I had a company picnic. He went with me to the company picnic, and my boss at the time, I had a very big boss, met him, and my boss said to me, he said, I don't like him. I don't like him for you. Something is not right about that guy. Yeah, he's trying to look professional, but it's something hidden. I don't like him. Yeah, hiding so many things. And so at one time, I received a phone call. At my house. And so it was this chick, and she was asking, you know, hey, can I speak to him? I'm like, how somebody got my number to my house? You know what I'm saying? I got the number to my house. And then so when I asked who she was, she was like, his daughter. You hear who? He don't have no kids. So he was a granddaddy too. Ain't that some bull? Hiding all that. He was trying to hide all of his life, and everything was catching up with him. His drug addiction and his habit, all this stuff. This girl was like, and he married to my mama. What? You talking about drama that was all up in this relationship? Straight drama. I just straight D's. You hear me? Just drama, drugs, disrespect. I mean, just dishonest. You know, I was just not satisfied with this person. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he was just, and I, you know, after I had the darn like fight, and you know, and fighting in front of one of my family members and all that stuff right there, and the thing is, you know, with my family member, when she was here, do y'all know she sat on the couch, watched and laughed, and she was like, why I needed to help you? You was whipping his ass. I'm like, still, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, I know he wasn't going to try that again. And I was like, wow. And okay. I was pretty much hurt by it. So anyway, when I cut off all ties and all that stuff, and he called me and said, hey, you know, I really want to talk to you. I want to apologize and all this stuff. And then he was like, you know, can you come over? And I was like, no, you know, I'm done. I'm completely done. And I had really turned off to everything. So, and he was like, please just, you know, let me apologize in person and stuff. So I went over there to his apartment and knocked on the door. And he was like, you know, the door's open. And then when I walked in, he was standing there with a rolling suitcase. And I'm like, why are you standing there with a rolling suitcase? And he said, you know, I need you to take me somewhere. And, you know, he apologized, you know, for everything. And said he was sorry. He knew that I was done with everything. No, I didn't want to have anything else to do with him and all this stuff. And I was completely out of character in being around my friends, some of my friends, and the embarrassment that he had caused me and all this stuff. And so I was like, okay. And then he was like, you know, I really do, you know, love you and all that. And I just really want to say that I'm sorry. I said, again, why are you standing here with a suitcase? And then so I sat down on the couch And that's when he was like, I really need you to take me somewhere. And I was like, where do you want me to take you? You know, I'm thinking about to the bus station or whatever. Where do you want me to take you? You know, you have a car whatsoever. What I did not know is that his car had got repossessed. I didn't see it out there. And he told me to, you know, get up off the couch. When I got off the couch and he pulled out the cushion, it was drugs hidden all in the cushions, all up under the seat. And he just got a trash bag and he just started trashing. He was like angry. I was just like in disbelief. I could not believe it. And he was like, I need you to take me somewhere. And you know, I need to go to the hospital. I need to go like now. And I'm like, what is all of this? You know what I'm saying? What is all this? And I knew where the extra key to the apartment was, but I actually took him to the hospital and stuff. And then I said, what are they going to be doing at the hospital? So when we got to the emergency room and they called his name, and that's when he told them that he needed some help and he needed to be admitted or whatever, however they say, like when they're on drugs and all that stuff. He told them everything. And so they took him back. What was that? Ayana! Ayana!
Yes.
What was that?
I stepped on a balloon.
You stepped on a balloon and scared yourself?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay. You okay?
Yeah.
Alright. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. So, but anyway. So we went back and then he was talking to the nurse and the doctors and all that stuff. And then I had to go to the bathroom. So I went to the bathroom and stuff because I was concerned. All this stuff was like really, really new to me and all this stuff. And I was like really, really concerned. And then I was like, okay, is this happening? Was this a lot? You know, and the jealousy and all this stuff right there. Jealousy that I can actually do for myself. And I actually did not need him. And, you know, sometimes that can actually hurt a man's ego. And he was pretty much jealous of me and how I was, you know, for doing with myself. And so when I came back to go back to the room, the police was there. And then they told me that I could not come back into the room and all that stuff. And I was like, okay. And then they was like, you know, we need to talk to you and all that stuff. And then I was like, all right. So they took me in a private room. And then the doctor was, you know, let me know that he was, you know, he was on drugs and he was on cocaine. And I was like, are you serious? And they was like, yeah. And right now he's been doing a lot. He is he's high right now, but you know, then the police said to me, they was like, okay, did you know anything about this? No, I don't know anything about this. Actually, all this stuff is right here. It's really, really new to me. And I couldn't believe that, you know, he was on drugs. And this is just totally mind-boggling. So the police told me, he's like, okay, we've spoken to him. He's talked to us and he's given us like a full statement. Tonight, he had planned on killing you. If you guys, in that moment, when they told me that, my heart dropped. I thought of my family. I thought about all the times I had been over there with him and all these things. And they was like, you know, he said that, you know, you were done with him, you were leaving him and all this stuff. And he had packed a suitcase. Tonight he was going to kill you. That's why you were called to his home and everything. I was so much in disbelief of the cop telling me that, and I was like, he's gonna be admitted. They're gonna give him some help, and you know, you need to watch yourself. You need to distance yourself, and you also need to get a protective order. And I was like, where is he going? And all of this stuff. They was like, you know, he's going to be going, you know, to a place you won't know. We can't give you any of that information because you're not married to him and all this stuff. And I was just so blown away. So blown away that because I was ending, you know, I had checked out of the relationship. You know, you still think about it or whatever. But to know that somebody that was on drugs and so deep, and then so I called his mom, and his brother lived with his mom, and so his brother was on the other line, and that's when they let me know that he had an addiction. He got caught up on drugs. He was on drugs for like 19 years. I had no freaking idea. And what happened was he had been in recovery. He was recovering. He was a recovering addict. And he had stated that he went to a graduation party. And when he graduated, on his night of graduation, a lot of people had a big party and they were smoking weed and they had crack cocaine there. And everybody was just doing it. And he got hooked on it, and he got his girlfriend on it and all that stuff. And so he had been in recovery. He had tried to get help 2-3 times, and then his mom told me about that. And I'm like, why did you guys not tell me this? Yeah, they ain't tell me that shit because they didn't want to deal with his ass. So they just like, let her damn deal with him. That's why they didn't tell me the shit for real. Like I said, hey, if I hadn't changed though right now, and sometimes it ticks you off when you think about it, these people know all this bull crap and could have told you all this stuff, from the get-go. And then it come to turn out, not only was he on drugs, he and his brother both was on drugs. That's why his brother couldn't get no job, probably still ain't got no job. So here it is, your mom and both your kids strung out on drugs. Just strung out on drugs. It's just like, yeah, that's why they ain't tell me this shit. You know what I'm saying? That was some bull crap. Yeah, that is really, really some bull crap. And like I tell you, and then when he thought that it was gonna get physical, and then you were just gonna fight me and get away with it, dude, I really want to say another word. Do you know where I'm from? Do you know where I'm from? You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna beat me up. That ain't gonna happen. And why did you, and then he had left his home state, trying to start all over again, and being in church and all these other groups and all that stuff. So he was actually getting put out of his apartment and asked me to put stuff in storage for him. I wasn't doing that crap. I did go back to the apartment and I opened that box. And that box had everything from the time notes from where he had been at meetings, who was all at the meeting, when he was like 30 days clean, when he was like 6 months, 8 months clean. I was like, oh my God, I never looked in that box, but I didn't want to go into anybody's. I was nosy, but I didn't go into that box, into the really, really private space. And I knew it was something about that box, but I knew I could never go around this person ever again. And it's just like, you get so high that you want to rob and kill me to get drugs. And I was just so hurt by it. I was just so hurt by it. I've never seen this person again. I distanced myself, from him and stuff. What was it? Once I had given him a AAA card, one of my AAA cards, because he was up and down the road so much, and it was also like a credit card. I had added them onto it, and I got a call it's probably been about 11-12 years ago, from a company about some fraud, and he was actually using. Now that part pissed me off, because then, all this crap come up, and then I had to go through a judge and all this crap right here, locking down all of our accounts and all this stuff right there. And then the only thing that we had right then and there was like the $7 that David had in his pocket. Completely locked down everything. That's the only cash. Had some other credit cards, but our accounts was completely on lock, money in it or whatever. And then and I got another story time about that. Anyway, this dude, I ain't seen you or heard from you in umpteen years. And your butt done dang. You are having fun on my name And you know what I'm saying? And now they brought David in, and they locked our name down because they couldn't find out. They were trying to find out what the hell was going on. Them people talk fraud. I said, fraud? Come on now. I can't be doing fraud. Not with my damn job. You know what I'm saying? I was so damn mad about that right there. But he had me bent, though, because, you know, tell you try to fuck up my name or whatever, I put your ass in jail. Don't play me like that. And so, and like I said, I don't know if he even watched these vlogs and all this stuff right there. I'm kind of having a feeling that he does. You know what I'm saying? So throughout them vlogs, yeah, you might have got me then, but you know, you won't get me again. You know what I'm saying? And so when I kind of get back and forth in between my feelings when I think about all the crap that happened and all the stuff that I allowed myself to go through, man, complete bull. My AAA card, one that I never canceled. I totally forgot about the card. Go stay at a hotel, and then he was getting money back. He canceled it and said he wasn't staying there. They'll credit the credit card back and all this stuff. And I was on the hook for all that. I actually had to, you know, do a written statement where I am. I don't have that card no more. All this stuff. I went through a whole lot where they locked down not only my account, but Dave's account too. Like, completely locked our accounts down. And I was just so hurt about that. I was like, I guess this person is still out there, you know, on drugs and trying to find their way. But when the police sat there and told me, that's why they had to call the police in when he had made the statement to the doctor and all this stuff, what was going on with him. And then when they asked him what he had did that night, if he had did any drugs, and he gave them all of that information, he did tell them that that was the plan. I guess, you know, he was going to try and rob me to go and get drugs. And when he was in recovery and stuff, I did hear from him once. Then I had a landline. I did hear from him, and he was saying about all the time he went and got drugs and how easy it was to get drugs and all that stuff, and it had messed him up. He had lost his job. I didn't even know that. He had lost it. He was hiding so many things, and I asked him about the cord on the DVD and all that stuff, and he said that when you cut the cord off of something, I guess the wires that's in the inside, some drug heads or people that's on drugs, they use that to try and like smoke, you know, the crack or the rock or whatever, however they do it. He actually told me that's, you know, what he was doing. And he said also pot scrapers and all that stuff, that they use all that. And I just couldn't believe it. And then so his mom was like, you know, he should have called his sponsor. Okay, sorry guys, my battery died. So, but anyway, his mom was like, you know, when he felt that, you know, he was slipping, he should have called his sponsor and all that. And I'm trying not to say his name. And I was just like, y'all knew this stuff. Y'all knew this stuff for years, you know. And he, you know, changing jobs and all this stuff. He was actually losing his jobs because he would fail drug tests. And I didn't know. And he was just like, you know, I'm looking for another job. This job right here is paying better and all this stuff. Or he was trying to quit before he got another job. And I'm just like, you knew all this. Y'all knew all this. You know, you ask questions, but people only tell you what they want you to know. I mean, that was a horrible experience for me. I never want my kids to go through, you know, any of that. And, you know, it made me take a long look at myself and loving myself and not allowing myself to go through all that mental and physical abuse. Now, when he tried to fight me, he wasn't ready. Wasn't happening. And y'all, I gotta laugh though right now, because when that dude tried to fight me, I let him have it. He was not ready, because guys, I would change into this different person. First of all, you got to defend yourself. I would change it to this different person. Not only that, I played softball, right? Played softball scholarship, and I'm good, guys. I can throw. I have coached softball at high school, and I had a remote in my hand. And after I had done learned, like, you know, kept on like boom, beating him down. Some of you guys might not even care. You know what I'm saying? I know it could be sad or whatever, but I had to defend myself. I threw that dude through the wall. Through the wall to I had to go to my job and ask one of the engineers at that time at the place where I had worked at how to fix the wall. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't want to pay the apartment complex or whatever. That dude went through, when I say the wall was big, he went through the wall, and then I had a remote control, right? And so he tried to take off running. Y'all, I took that remote like if I had a softball, and I aimed all the way back, and I hit him in the back of the head with that remote, and it just exploded. It just shattered. You know, I'm just like, nah, you ain't gonna go out like that right there. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna defend myself, and I'm gonna call the police. But I'm gonna call the police after I get finished whooping your ass, because you gotta know, if you coming for me, you really better bring it, because I don't have the type of temper that you're ready for. And I don't need you, having me to get out of character like this, because I have a killer temper. And I'm not with that. I control it. I keep myself busy and all that stuff right there. And I'm just not in that place for the fight. Why the hell I gotta fight you? You know what I'm saying? If I'm just trying to love you and be with you and care for you and support you and all, why I gotta fight you? And why you gotta be trying to set me up, trying to rob me and shit? Hell no. Come for me. You better bring it seriously. Trust me, he wasn't ready. I had to fight back because I had to fight off. And then when he saw that I knew how to fight, you know what I'm saying? That's when he tried to pick up something, you know what I'm saying? But it was a very, very horrible experience. When I learned that he wanted to kill me, that was enough for me. That was enough for me. So I don't know where he is now. I don't know, but I was in disbelief, and I got myself out of that situation. I went to a counselor, and a counselor told me that sometimes the spouse of someone who has an addiction, they actually need counseling too. Because you're actually dealing with all this stuff mentally. And so I had a couple of sessions and stuff like that until, now I'm good. I'm good. But, I'm just glad that I'm out of that situation. I wish him the best. I don't even know if he's living now. But all I know is that from his graduation day, he had turned 19 years old. He got hooked on drugs. And drugs got the best of him till it drove him to almost killing a person. His mind took him to killing for his addiction. And I'm just so thankful that God saw me through and that I'm still here today. I have a family, I have children and all this. I'm just so thankful. I don't even know if he follows me on the internet. I do know that he does know of Ayana. I did hear from him right before Ayana was born. Right before Ayana was born and stuff, I did hear from him. But that was just through the internet from an old email. So, but anywho, yeah, addiction is a serious thing. Some people might be struggling with it. It's numbers for help. You can also go to your local hospital, and you can also seek help. Just reach out to someone. Your family members go through this. Not only are you hurting yourself, you're hurting your loved ones, because the ones that love you don't want to see you go through this. It's just as painful. Just as painful. I am just so grateful and so thankful that God saw me through, and that I am here today, and that I can still share this with people. If you're living and you're breathing, you're strong enough to walk away, to walk out that door. If it takes you falling down and losing everything, it is so worth it not to put yourself or keep yourself in that situation for love, or just to say that you have a man or a woman or a spouse or whoever you might have. It's so not worth it. But yeah, he planned to kill me. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you guys share this video, and I wish you guys all the best. Thanks for rocking and riding with me, and I'll talk to you guys later. I love you guys. Bye. Thank y'all for watching. Make sure you guys subscribe.